Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our second game of our second doubleheader of the week for week number 9 of this NCAA Football 2004 Sim Season 2. Our game tonight consists of a Big 12 showdown between interdivision rivals. Number 13 Nebraska Cornhuskers take on the Texas A&M Aggies. Things first, let's introduce the rosters. You have not seen Nebraska play in a game since week 3, if I'm not mistaken, or week 2. One of those 2 weeks. And you haven't seen A&M since week 1. So a little bit of a recap of these rosters. Mike Stunts is injured, so the quarterback for this game will be Zach Harris, a true freshman. Running backs, one of the best running back rooms in the entire nation. David Horn and Corey Ross are both juniors. And if someone gets hurt, you have true freshman Stanford Cochran, who was on the top 10 prospects list, there to back them up. Dane Hendricks is the true freshman fullback. Ross Pilkington, and Isaiah Flellen headline the receiving corps. Mark LaFleur, Ben Zadishek, and Jekyll Holloran are also there. Tight ends by Harrion and Crip Siptat. Offensive line led by Richie Incognito, the first-team All-American. Bernard Thomas, and it's going to be Adam Carricker at right end, but those are your DNs. D tackles, Terrence Carlisle, also a part of that top 10 recruits. And Sippo F. Warrior. Linebackers, Caleb Grimes is injured, so it's Ira Cooper and maybe Shane Huffman or somebody else. Maybe it's Bo Rude. Barrett Rude is the middle linebacker. Corners, and you also got Chad Severs. There's middle linebacker for Bo Rude to be able to take over the outside linebacker role. Fabian Washington and Lornell McPherson are the outside corners, with Eric Colbert and Terrell Butler as the nickel and dime. Free safety Josh Bullocks, strong safety Philip Bland, with kicker Sandro DeAngelis, and punter true freshman Mario Witherspoon. And of course, gotta take a look at those Texas A&M Aggies. Quarterback is Dustin Long. You also got Reggie McNeil behind him. But Dustin Long is the starting quarterback, the redshirt senior. Derek Farmer and Courtney Lewis headline the running back tandem. Keith Joseph's the fullback. Terrence Murphy, Terrence Thomas are the 2 seniors on this receiving corps, alongside Anthony Wright, Mitch Hall, and Sean Roberson. Tight ends, Thomas Carragher and Ryan White. Offensive line led by Jamie Hightower. Jeff Hangarner's injured, so Lonnie Meyer will have to take over at center. David Ross and Mike Montgomery are the DNs. D tackles are Marcus Jasmine and Julian Parks. Offensive linebackers, Dorada Manning and Randall Webb, alongside Archie McDaniel. Middle linebackers, Anthony Maticus and Keith Curry. Corners, Byron Jones, Ronald Jones. As the outside corners, Mark Bates and Sean Leon are your nickel and dime. Backs, Joe Randall, true freshman, is starting at free safety, and Heelan Jackson's the strong safety. Todd Pegram's the kicker. Art Dupree is the punter. This is a big Big 12 showdown because it's between 2, as far as the ratings go, juggernauts out of the Big 12. That is basically because I gotta scroll all the way down just to check that out. Both teams are at B+ grades for their overall rankings. The only difference is that A&M has better special teams, Nebraska has better defense. Or their offense matches up better against A&M's defense. Of course, for alternate uniforms in this bowl game, let's go all maroon for Texas A&M and all white for Nebraska. Not much change needs to be done. Maybe I'll have to change it since it's been so long since I've covered each of these teams. But here we go. 6-1 for Nebraska, 1-1 in conference play. Number 13 in the AP poll. Then it's Texas A&M, who's 4-2 and 2-0 in the Big 12, trying to stay perfect in the conference play. So here we go. Kyle Field in College Station, Texas. The site for this Big 12 matchup between 2 big powerhouses in the Big 12. A&M is a dark horse to win the Big 12, so this would be a very big win for them if they want to continue their quest to potentially contend for a Big 12 South title. And here come the Aggies of Texas A&M. Howdy folks, as always, it's Stephen Price, commentating on this game. Inter-division teams going against each other out in the Big 12. A&M is 2-0 in conference play. Nebraska's 1-1. Nebraska's one loss in conference play was to Oklahoma State. A&M lost 2 out-of-conference games. 1 to LSU at the beginning of the season, and 1 to somebody else. I'm trying to remember who it was. There's David Horn, one of the 2 big running backs for Nebraska. 848 yards and 11 touchdowns across this season. He and Corey Ross have combined for 21 touchdowns. I wish I was kidding. They combined for 21 touchdowns. And David Horn and Corey Ross. David Horn has the most rushing touchdowns in the Big 12. Corey Ross is second in that department. And this is a big windy day, especially in the rain for both of these teams. It's been a while, so I'll probably just have to tweak it if I need to. As far as the depth charts. So yeah, it's Barrett Rue that's going to be taking over at outside linebacker. So Chad Severs will be able to play as the second middle linebacker for Nebraska. And for Texas A&M, I think it's just one injury. Yes, Lonnie Meyer will have to take over at center. I was like, now the question is, did I change much last time? No, I did not. Archie McDaniel, they're about the same overall, so I'll just keep him on the outside linebacker. Left outside, should I say. And that's pretty much it. Okay. So there we go. Todd Pegram to kick off this ball game. Nebraska to receive to start the first half. Back to return is David Horn and Fabian Washington. Here we go for this Big 12 game. Fabian Washington is there on the right sideline, and he gets up to the 16. Here comes Zach Harris in the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And the true freshman has been struggling this year. Oh. Yeah, 4 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Dustin Long has like 11 touchdowns, 6 picks. He's doing pretty well so far in this season. So here we go, 1st and 10 for Nebraska. They immediately go option. Harris pitches it out to David Horn. Has the left sideline. Has a nice gain before being brought down. I think we all know who the impact players for Nebraska's team is. The duo at running back, David Horn and Corey Ross. And for A&M's defense, as that tackle was made by Joe Randall, Keelan Jackson in the secondary, and Marcus Jasmine on the D-line. 2nd and 1 for Nebraska after the 9-yard run by Horn. Nebraska struggled against Hawaii, but then lost against Oklahoma State. They're trying to get a win back here. David Horn on the run. He might be inches short of the first down. Nice stop by Narada Manning, 6'2" junior middle linebacker. And 3rd down coming up. It's going to be 3rd and short for the Huskers. I am going to be keeping my eye on the draft because it's 2nd round going on. Falcons finally are going to be making a pick. So here you go, 3rd and inches. Giving it to the fullback, and he's not going to get it. They gave it to Hendricks, and right there was Marcus Jasmine to stop him. And Nebraska goes 3 and out to start the game. Atlanta Falcons pick is in. Steelers took a receiver, Jeremy Bernard. Josiah Trotter's going to Tampa Bay. I like the Jacob Rodriguez pick by Miami, as this is a punt now by Nebraska. Mario Witherspoon punts it away, and back to return is Derek Farmer. And he is hit hard at the 45-yard line. So now A&M's offense comes on the field. 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, if I'm not mistaken, and like 1,300 yards. for Dustin Long. So, a minute and a half already gone by in the first quarter. Derek Farmer and Terrence Murphy, running back and receiver, impact players for A&M's offense. Here's Dustin Long to throw. Right side, Lofter, and he's got it! He's got Terrence Thomas for a first down. Big dancing play to start the game for A&M. And for Nebraska's defense, you have Barrett Ruud, the senior middle linebacker, and junior corner, Fabian Washington. Ornell McPherson gives up a big passing play that goes inside the 25 at the 23. Come on, Atlanta. Pick a receiver already. They picked Avion Terrell, for goodness sake. They drafted a corner. You know what? I'm not mad. I mean, that was one of our positions of need. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take the Avion Terrell pick. It was best available, so you know what? I'm not mad. I would have loved Pongs, too. Here's first down. And Farmer is brought down. No chance for number 1. That time, Titus Adams, the junior defensive end, makes the play. Yes, Buffalo took out then unbeaten Marshall, so no more MAC teams are undefeated. And Clemson takes defeat at the hands of an ACC opponent. That was NC State coming back from the dead after going to an 0-3 start. Second and 12 now with a man in motion. That was Anthony Wrights. Play fake. Long right side throw. Completes it to Carragher, and he's inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. I'm not mad at the Avion Terrell pick. That's not horrible. We did need a corner, so it's fine. Third down for Texas A&M, 3rd and 4. Off a nice, looks like 9-yard completion to Thomas Carragher, the tight end. Again, A&M in the shotgun. Farmer in motion. It's a rainy day in College Station. Long goes for a draw. He's not going to get there. Not even close. Phillip Bland from the strong safety position, able to get him down. Let's see what Texas A&M does on 4th down. Yes, Falcons made their selection. They selected Avion Terrell from Clemson. Corner. I'll take it. You know what? That was I already said this before, but that was a position of need. I'm not mad at it. I would have loved a receiver, a tall receiver. But you know what? That corner pick actually is fine. So he might know actually what he's doing. Here's Pegram on a kick, and he got it. It's strong, windy day. That was a 33-yard field goal, and A&M first on the scoreboard. On 13th ranked Nebraska. Already halfway through the first quarter. Wow, we're flying through this. As far as the other draft goes, my favorite pick so far was Miami Dolphins getting Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker of Texas Tech. That guy is a monster. And Miami got a steal in the 2nd round. That's my favorite pick so far. Todd Pegram to kick off once again to Nebraska. It's Horn and Washington back to return. Here is the return now. This is David Horn now with the run. Spin move. Gets a 16-yard line, but no further. So Nebraska went 3 and out on their opening drive. They're hoping for a little bit more luck this time on their second drive. David Horn and Corey Ross, the running back duo. Hoping to see a little bit of... I wish they would run like those 2 running back formations. You know, put Horn and Ross in the same formation and then just let them run it. I wish they would be able to do that a lot more. Because that would actually break the game. Matt Herring goes in motion. He just play fake to Horn. Here's Harris throwing deep left side. That's knocked away. Byron Jones with some good coverage on Ross Pilkington. So 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Jeremy Bernard was taken by the Steelers, and the Panthers just took Lee Hunter, D lineman out of Texas Tech, after a trade with the Vikings. So 2nd and 10 for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Pilkington goes in motion. Look like a 5. And handoff goes to Horn on the right side. And breaks the tackle. And he's going to get a nice run. It's going to be inches short again on 3rd down. 3 carries for 20 yards for David Horn. He's having a good game. It's just they've been unable to get a 3rd down conversion so far. The only one they had to attempt up to this point is actually failed. Now 3rd and inches. It's a big 3rd and inches. If A&M gets a big stop here, that'd be huge for them. Flellen goes in motion. I formation. Take their time. Now option. Harris gonna run for the 1st down and more. And he's got to the 39. Nice run on 3rd and inches by the true freshman quarterback, Zach Harris. He gets a 1st down. How about that Alabama-Ole Miss game last night? Ole Miss, man. I'm so sorry. Honestly, it looked like Alabama just barely touched the football before it went out of bounds. They still called it a kick out of bounds. I don't agree with it. There's like a poll there that lets you vote on whether or not Ole Miss got screwed or whether it was just the penalties justified. 2:20 to go, 1st down for Nebraska. I formation, they'll throw. Harris looking right side, it's dropped. It looked like a good throw, it's just dropped by Matt Harrion. That was not what I was expecting, and now 2nd down for Nebraska. Matt Harrion was actually open, and he could not catch it. That does suck that for Falcons fans like myself, that Carolina is able to get Lee Hunter, D lineman out of Texas Tech. That's a good pickup. Now, Corey Ross goes in motion, 2nd and 10 for Nebraska. Corey Ross is now in the game. Harris, lofting the right side, knocked away, incomplete. Nice play defensively for Ronald Jones on Isaiah Flellen. So now it's 3rd and 10 for the Cornhuskers. Nebraska struggling to move the ball down the field. There's just a struggle going on. It's the rain and also strong winds. Ross in motion. Here is Harris. Lots of time. Looking left side, and it's almost intercepted. Incomplete, and Nebraska has to punt it again. Keelan Jackson nearly had himself an INT. But Nebraska will have to punt anyway. Mario Witherspoon, the true freshman, punting for Nebraska in this game. This will be a 2nd punt of the game. Punt is away. It's not a great punt. It's at the 30-yard line. Here goes Derek Farmer with a spin move. Not going to get much of a return there to the 38. A&M was able to get a field goal on their last drive. See if they can put more points on the board here against the Cornhuskers. I will keep keeping my eyes on the draft as well. Jets at the 50th pick, and they select D'Angelo Bonds. Okay, hold on. Wait, the Jets are actually kind of cooking. Under 2 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Carragher goes in motion. Long. Throwing over the middle. Overthrown. Just too far out for Anthony Wright. That goes incomplete. Off an overthrow. It'll be 2nd down. Yep, so the Jets selected D'Angelo Pons, corner of Indiana. That's actually a pretty good pick for him, despite the undersize. AJ and Avion are reunited in the same secondary. It's game over for everybody trying to throw it to those four. Combine that with Bates and Watts, it's over. Dustin Long in the option. Going to Farmer, but Bland is right there to make the stop. A huge loss on that option run. And it's going to be 3rd and long for A&M. Nebraska has 2 top 10 recruits. That's Terrence Carlisle, the D-tackle from Riverton, Wyoming, and Stanford Cochran, the running back for Belen, New Mexico. Here is the throw, and it's caught. Oh my goodness, that was Terrence Murphy. What a catch. I can't believe that was even caught. Louisville gets a bounce back win against Tulane after losing to Army, and K-State beats Colorado. First step, they called that a first down. I can't believe that was caught by Terrence Murphy. Woo! And first down now. Here's the fullback run up the middle, and he's got a decent run. That is Keith Joseph, the 5th-year senior fullback, making the run. And it's going to be 2nd down for A&M. It looks like 2nd and 5. Still waiting on the Vikings pick to be announced. Maybe they got Jermon McCoy. Maybe not. Maybe they got McNeil Warren out of Toledo. One way to find out. 4-yard run for the fullback on first down. So 2nd and 6 with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Now in the ace formation, 4 receivers spread out. Right in motion. Option run. Long. He has space. Pitches it out. Farmer has space on the sideline. Spin move. Gets to the 33. It's a first down. Texas A&M just moving down the field. And the Vikings selected Jake Gameday, linebacker Cincinnati, but take a look at this option. Lots of space for Dustin Long. Late pitch to Vern Farmer, and he does the rest. Gets a big gainer on the run with a spin move, and picks up the first down after holding on to the ball. First down, A&M at the 32-yard line. We're running down the final seconds of the first quarter. A&M at shotgun. 2 receivers and a tight end. Never mind, I was going to say a tight end out there. Carrier went in motion. Here's Long, Lotter right side, overthrown. Just there, bailed it by a little bit for Anthony Wright. Dustin Long, actually a very decent quarterback. I think A&M usually has very decent quarterbacks. You know, time, I mean, examples being Johnny Manziel. Ryan Tannehill turned into a first-round pick. Now Marcel Reed's going off. So A&M has their good history with quarterbacks. 7 seconds left in the first quarter, 2nd and 10. Long, a little quick rollout over the middle. Dropped by Thomas Carragher, the tight end. And this will be 3rd and 10. Maybe the final play at the quarter. Vikings take a Cincinnati linebacker. That's a little interesting. I do like that Lee Hunter pick, even though it's against Carolina. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. A&M at shotgun. Now Farmer in motion. In motion. Long. Looking right side. Overthrows it again. It goes incomplete. So A&M may have to settle for another field goal, but considering these wins, it's going to be very, very tough to get a good kick going. And yes, Reggie McNeil is on the field, so A&M is going for a second field goal. 2 seconds remain. Todd Pegram's made one from 34, but now this one's going to be a lot tougher. It's going to be from 49 yards with some strong winds. See if he can knock this one through. 49-yard kick is short. No good. No time left in the first quarter. Nebraska will take over on downs with a 3-0 deficit. As we take a look at this kick again, looks like that kick came up short. It looked like it was going to be able to curve to the inside, but it was just too short. And that ends the first quarter. End of one. It's 3-0 Aggies. It's going to be tough for both of these teams to be able to move the ball, but Nebraska does have a strong run game, so maybe they can use that to their advantage. We'll see what happens in the second quarter. First to 10, ace formation for the Cornhuskers. Here's Horn on the run. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to get a few yards to the 35. Gain 3 on this carry. Second down coming up. David Horn, one of the best rushers in the country. Second most NCAA touchdowns, only to Maurice Clarett. And he's actually, he has the most rushing touchdowns with 11 in the Big 12. Trips on the left side of the screen. Ace formation at 2nd and 7 for the Huskers. Counter run. It's Horn again. He's going to run through a tackle. Going to get a few more yards before being brought down by Keelan Jackson. So third down coming up for Nebraska. See what they do on this play. It's a 3rd and 5. Nebraska's been struggling on third down. So has Texas A&M. 2 field goal tries, 1 of 2 for Todd Pegram. It's going to be tough to kick in these conditions. I formation for Nebraska. They will throw. Harris looking left side. It's caught. Matt Harrion makes the catch. It's a first down. Matt Harrion, the tight end, makes the grab. It's going to be a first down for the Huskers. 6'5" junior tight end makes the grab, and first down, Nebraska. 52nd overall pick still being looked at for the Green Bay Packers. 1st and 10, Nebraska. I formation. Initiative for the Huskers. Flellen in motion. Little option handoff to Dane Hendricks, and he is brought down immediately by Marcus Jasmine. Big play by the big defensive tackle. 6'5", 320-pound, 5th-year senior makes the stand after just a yard gain by the fullback, 2nd and 9. True freshman fullback Dane Hendricks, 6'2", 249 pounds. I formation again for the Huskers. And now Hendricks goes in motion. His handoff. It's Horn going up the middle, trying to bounce his way outside. He has room. He's got a first down inside the 30 at the 28. What a great run. That was Corey Ross instead of Horn. I can't even see the play. Camera guy's going to get fired soon. That run went to the 28-yard line. It was a big one for Corey Ross, and that is a first down. Nebraska inside the 30. I formation again. I love this I formation in the power I. Toss to to Corey Ross. He's got some blockers, but he does not use them very effectively. Brought down after like 2 yards. That time the tackle was made by Randall Webb, the 6'3" senior outside linebacker. Green Bay drafted the corner out of South Carolina, Brandon Siss. Or I don't even know. 2-yard run, 2nd and 8. Dane Hendricks gets like 1 yard, and there's a flag down. It's going to be holding against the Nebraska Cornhuskers, that time on Boulware. That time it was Earl Boulware, the true freshman. That was the 6'6" offensive lineman, true freshman. That's going to push Nebraska back. They're going to push them out of field goal range. So 2nd and 18 now at the 36-yard line. Nebraska once again in the I formation. Now Hendricks goes in motion. They'll throw out of it. Harris, lots of time. Left side, throws right side. It's caught by Isaiah Flellen. It's first and goal. At the 5-yard line, what a throw by the true freshman. Isaiah Flellen, the redshirt sophomore, makes the grab, and it's going to be first and goal at the 5. This could be Nebraska's shot at getting the first touchdown of the game, holding on to the lead. Nebraska has the ball in the lead. You better pray for your life. You better pray for your lives because they are not going to let you get in the lead that easy. Horn goes in motion. It's the option play. Harris pitches it to Horn. He has space on the right side. Decides to spin, but brought down. Nice play by A&M's defense. I think Andy Maticus was there for the stop. So 2nd and goal coming up for Nebraska at the 4. Only a yard gain by David Horn on the option. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first half for this 2nd and goal. Option play. Harris keeps it again. He's going to run up to the end zone. Touchdown, Cuskers. That's the first touchdown of the game. Zach Harris, the true freshman, runs it in from 4 yards out. And Nebraska scores the first touchdown of the night. What a run. Good job with effective use of the option. And just like that, Nebraska has taken their first lead of the game. Sandro DeAngelis looking at the extra point, and he got it. 7-3 Huskers. With under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Or no, just over 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Excuse me. So here we go. 3:07 to go in the first half. A&M now finds himself down 4 to the Huskers. Nebraska beat Hawaii week 1, and then the very next game they played, they lose to Oklahoma State. Here goes the kick now by Mario Witherspoon. Not sure why he's kicking off, but okay. It was week 2 that Nebraska lost to Oklahoma State, and then Nebraska actually won every one of the rest of their games afterward. So that's why they're 6-1. Nebraska beat Ohio the week after they lost to Oklahoma State. Looking through the recaps. Then they beat Washington by 5 points. That Washington team is 1-6. So 1st and 10, 3:04 to go. Dustin Long, right side throw, caught. First down and more. Going to, I think that's the 4th-string receiver. Yes, it is. The true freshman, Mitch Hall, makes the grab, and it's first down, Aggies. They beat Washington by 5 points. Nebraska beat Rutgers by 50. Then they beat Wyoming by 43 points. Then week 7 was their bye week? Yes. And then week 8, last week, they beat, looks like Missouri. Here goes Farmer on the carry, couple yards gained. Before being brought down, that time by Bo Rudd, who's coming in at left outside linebacker after an injury to Caleb Grimes. And now we're up to week 9. Last week, Nebraska dominated Missouri, won by 30. They're looking to do the same against Texas A&M. A&M trying to knock off Nebraska to stay perfect in the Big 12 South. 2nd down, Long. Right side throw, completes it. That one's caught by the backup tight end. That time it was Ryan White, the redshirt junior. And now 3rd down coming up for the Aggies. So 3rd and 4 at midfield for A&M. Under 2 minutes to go in the ballgame. On formation for the Aggies. They're going to toss it. It's Farmer. Has a man to beat. And... oh, he cuts back. Oh, he's just short. He's a yard away from the marker. Doesn't quite get it. Now, do they kick a... now, do they try to go for it on 4th and 1? Or do they punt it away with a minute and a half left? They're going to punt it. RC 47 out there, so they are going to punt with Art Dupree, the true freshman. This is the first punt off the ball game for Texas A&M. So they're punting now to Nebraska, who has a 4-point lead with a minute and 15 left. Now here's the punt by Dupree, and fair catch is called for. That is a very good punt. Oh, and it's going to go back to the goal line. It goes to the goal line, and it's a touchback. That looked like a really good punt, but Texas A&M decided to jog their way to the football instead of hurrying over there to save it. Look at this. They didn't even hurry up there to go and get it. They just let it roll to the end zone, and now Nebraska's at the 20. Handoff goes to Dane Hendricks, the fullback. He will be brought down after 2 yards. And Huskers will call timeout with 1:01 to go in the half. True freshman fullback in the carry for 2. That time was brought down by David Ross, redshirt sophomore defensive end. Now 2nd down for the Huskers. Nebraska was the one who called timeout. I formation for the Huskers. Trying to put potentially more points on the board. And they'll throw out of this 2nd down. Harris, right side throw. It's caught. 1st down, David Horn. Comes out of the backfield and gets a reception. You don't see that too often. But hey, it's an effective use of using your running backs when you got 2 really good ones. So 57 seconds left, and Horn stepped out of bounds after that 16-yard reception, so the clock is stopped. Ace formation now for Nebraska. Harris has time, looking left side. That's complete to an open Matt Harrion. He's in A&M territory. Nebraska calls their 2nd timeout at the 44-yard line with 50 seconds left. And that was Harrion's 2nd catch of the game. He's got 37 receiving yards already in this one. David Horn having a pretty solid game so far. Now Harris with time again. Lofter left side. He's got his man. It's Pilkington this time. 1st and goal, Huskers. What a drive for the true freshman. He's looking good against Texas A&M. Nebraska's defense and A&M's offense look pretty even. It's just a little small advantage that Nebraska has on their offense against A&M's defense. That's really been the big difference. So 1st and goal for Nebraska. Ace mission for the Huskers. Looks like trips on the right side. Harris, drop it a little bit back, tries to run for it, and he's going to get just a yard. So clock keeps going. Nebraska with 63 rushing yards of the game in the first half so far. Here's 2nd and goal. I formation for Nebraska. 31 seconds left. They snap it. Harris, lots of time. Throws it left. Completes it to Sajacek. And he's down at the 1. 24 seconds remain. Clock keeps moving. Nebraska hurries up to the line. It's actually at the 2-yard line. So 3rd and goal. 16 seconds left. Harris. Look at the throw. Steps up. Fires overthrown. A little behind Pilkington. And it will be 4th and goal. That was a very entertaining no-huddle play for Nebraska. Really good drive, but unfortunately, they are going to kick a field goal with Sandro DeAngelis. 19 yards out. And it's from the left hash, so this could be tricky. This is a 19-yard kick with very strong winds. This kick is up. And it's good. Oh, whoops. So Nebraska, thanks to a field goal, takes a 10-3 lead over the Aggies of Texas A&M with 10 seconds left in the first half. Remember, Texas A&M receives the second half kickoff once we reach halftime. I heard that Sean McVay was not too happy about the Rams drafting Stetson Bennett in the first round yesterday. That was a little interesting. I'm a little surprised. Oh yeah, by the way, Eli Stowers has been drafted second round by the Eagles. Here goes A&M. It's at the 15-yard line. This is Terrence Murphy on the return past the 30. Now let's see. This could be a little interesting. For Texas A&M, 7 seconds left, and they got all 3 timeouts, but they only gonna have like 2 plays. So let's see. Does A&M go for the points? One way to find out of this one. Looks like they're in shotgun here. Maybe they're in empty. Yeah, they're in empty look, actually. So first and 10, 7 seconds left. Long dropping back. He's looking deep. And he's got his man. Oh, he's not going to go down in time. Mitch Hall gets at the 30, but he goes down and time expires in the first half. So we have reached halftime. Nebraska leads 10-3 over Texas A&M. Here are the halftime stats. Nebraska leading in every category besides the turnover battle because nobody's turned the ball over just yet. 10-3 Huskers. And Texas A&M will receive the second half kickoff. It's Farmer and Murphy. Back to return for A&M. Pretty good stats so far for this first half. 200 for Nebraska, 140 for A&M. Here we go. Second half is underway. Oh, catch of the run by Farmer. He's going to go up the middle, and he will get to the 27, maybe the... Oh. That's at the 27-yard line. Is that true? No, it's at the 32. So almost 5 yards off. 32-yard line is where that was returned. That was a return on the run by Derek Farmer. Now first down for the Aggies to start the second half. Shotgun for the Aggies. Farmer in motion. Still a rainy, windy day in College Station. Long going to QB draw, and he's going to get hit hard. No fumble, though. But he's hurt. Oh, no. Dustin Long is down. Injured his head on the play, and now Reggie McNeil is in the game now. Let's see if Dustin Long will be okay. Reggie McNeil now coming onto the field. Second and 8 after the 2-yard run by Dustin Long. Here's a draw play for Derek Farmer. He's not going to get out of the line, out of the backfield. Taken down. It looks like by the defensive end. That was Bernard Thomas, the 5th-year senior. So now it's third down for the Aggies. And it's 3rd and 8. 34-yard line. A&M's got to get a first down here. 3rd and 8 now. Shotgun playing. McNeil firing. Completes a Farmer, but he's a yard short. Completed it to his running back, but coming up a yard short. And A&M will be forced to punt at the 41-yard line. Or at the 40. It was 2 yards short. Art Dupree will now punt again. Second time in this ballgame. David Horn, of course, back to return. Now here is the punt. right about the 19-yard line. What a spin move by David Horn. He'll get to the 30. That's where Nebraska will start their first drive of the second half. Cornhuskers with a 4-point lead, and now they have the football. That's going to be very dangerous. A&M could be in early trouble here in the second half. You never want Nebraska to have the ball. It's a 7-point lead, and Nebraska's got the football. That is a sight you don't want to see as the opposing team. Trips on the top of the screen. It's an ace formation. Nebraska will throw out of this. Harris, right side throw, completes it. That was a tough catch, but Ben Zatchchet makes the catch. Pretty decent gain. It's going to be second down. Looks like it was a 4-yard pass, so 2nd and 6 for the Huskers. I formation for Nebraska. It's a handoff to Horn. He goes up the middle, has space, has a first down. At about the 43-yard line, he's got almost 5 yards to carry. And he moves the chains once more for the Cornhuskers. So first down for Nebraska after a nice run by David Horn. Now 4 receivers spread out in the shotgun here for the Huskers on first down. It's an option play. Harris, quick pitch to Horns, tries to spin, and he breaks the tackle, gets a decent gain. Maybe to the 47. Looks like a gain of 4 on that play. So second down and 6. Dustin Long had a migraine. They say he'll return. So thankfully he's not out for a couple weeks. We've seen enough of those injuries already. Second 6 in the ace. Counter run to David Horn. And he's going to get about a yard or two short of the first down. Nice takedown by A&M. That time the tackle was made by Sean Leon, the nickelback. So now it is 3rd down and 1 for the Huskers. Third and 1. This is a big 3rd down. Handoff goes to Dane Hendricks, the fullback, and he's got a first down. Breaking tackles. He's going to pick up more than that in A&M territory at the 43. Maybe at the 42. So first down for Nebraska. They keep the chains going. This is not what A&M wanted to do. They did not want Nebraska to have the football because they are now going to start eating up a lot of clock. Corey Ross is down in the backfield in the ace formation for the Huskers. Looks like that was a receiver in motion. Here goes Corey Ross. Not going to get too much that time. Tackle made by Julian Parks, the redshirt sophomore defensive tackle. Nebraska being on the field with the lead is really dangerous because you might never get the lead back unless you get some turnovers. That's what Oklahoma State was able to do. Well, they only got 1, but they were able to keep the ball in their hands for most of the game. That's why they were able to beat Nebraska. A&M has to do the same. And a motion again. Handoff goes to Ross. He goes to spin move. That's a first down. Oh, goodness. This duo at running back is lethal. Another first down. It's Corey Ross. The junior running back duo is absolutely eating A&M alive right now. Corey Ross is the little fella. David Horn, 6 feet, 191. This 1-2 punch at running back is starting to get filthy. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's at the 32-yard line now. Ace formation for Nebraska. Harris will throw out of it. Oh, it's deep. That's a touchdown. Russ Pilkington extends the lead, and Nebraska's up by 2 touchdowns. Deep throw to the end zone, and Pilkington right there to make the catch. What a throw by the true freshman. Joe Randall couldn't get there. And just like that, Nebraska is up by 13. About to be 14 with the extra point pending. Sandro DeAngelis is the kicker. Harris is actually holding kicks for him. And this kick is good. 17-3. Nebraska now with a 14-point lead. This is exactly what A&M was trying to avoid. But giving the ball back to Nebraska constantly has its downfall, has its disadvantages, and that's exactly why you don't do it. Because those Cornhuskers will make you pay. Mario Witherspoon will kick it off again to A&M. A&M is in deep trouble right now in a 14-point hole. 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Not looking good right now. And that is another short kick. Here's Farmer on the return. He'll get to the 31, maybe the 32. The tackle was made by Adam Carragher, the redshirt sophomore. Of course, Nebraska has 2 injuries, while A&M has 1. A&M has that injury to the center. Nebraska has a couple of injuries. One to quarterback Mike Stutz, and also to outside linebacker Caleb Grimes. That's a deep shot, but it's dropped by Anthony Wright. 6 of 11 for 118 for Dustin Long. Zach Harris, 8 of 13 for 161 and a touchdown. So quarterbacks are actually doing pretty good. It's just Nebraska's defense has been really stepping up what they needed to. Now A&M back at the shotgun. Long to throw is short, complete. That's to the tight end. That's Carragher. And this will be 3rd down. Just needed to get in some sort of rhythm. That's exactly what Dustin Long was trying to do there. 3rd down coming up. Fred Gibson, 3-touchdown game and a dominant win over Vanderbilt in the SEC play. 3rd and 6 for A&M. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. They still got time, but they need to score on this drive. Shotgun again, 3rd down. Long, looking for the screen, completes it to Farmer. He cuts it upfield. He's got a 1st down at midfield. First one at that some. It's actually Terrence Thomas on the wide receiver screen, and he is shaken up. Terrence Thomas, the other senior wideout alongside Terrence Murphy, take it out. So Anthony Wright will have to take over as the outside receiver for now. Terrence Thomas, 47 receiving yards in this game. Now A&M at midfield with the 1st down. Back of the shotgun is A&M. Long, looking left side, caught. It's Derek Farmer, and he's going to get a nice gain to the 41. Nice pickup of 9 yards. So 2nd down coming up for A&M. It's going to be 2nd and short after the 9-yard completion to the running back. 2nd and 1. Terrence Thomas will return just an abdominal strain. So 2nd and 1. Now A&M in the eye. Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Well, it's all because of the rain. It's because of the rain and the wind. Option play. Long is not going to get there. He didn't pitch it to Farmer. And it's going to be 3rd and 1. What a stop by the Huskers. Lornell McPherson, the 5th-year senior corner, makes the play. And it will be 3rd down. Yes, the second and third rounds are going on right now. Might be like the late second round. Third round will be coming up later on. 3rd and 1 now for A&M. Now they're in the shotgun. This is going to be interesting. Are they going to throw it here on 3rd and short? No. Or yes, they will. Play fake. Long trying to throw. Now Lofter on the right side. Overthrown and out of bounds. Going for Anthony Wright. McPherson covering. This will be 4th down. And the Aggies are going to punt. On 4th and 1 in enemy territory, they're going to punt. Wow. So Art Dupree will have to punt it away with 8 seconds left. This is a shocking decision here. Fair catch should be called at the 10-yard line by... What was that they called the fair catch? That was Josh Bullocks, the free safety. First down Huskers with the 14-point lead and the ball. And it's at the 10-yard line. Or the 9-yard line, excuse me. So this will be the last play of the 3rd quarter before we head to the 4th. Information for Nebraska. 3-4 for the Aggies. They'll throw out of it. Harris, lots of time. Right side throws, knocked away. But a flag is down. Oh, that's going to make it even worse. Holding against Nebraska, it's going to be 1st and 14 at the 5. It's going to be first down. It's going to be pushed back half distance. End of the 3rd quarter, Nebraska leads 17-3 over Texas A&M. Nebraska has the football. It's time for the 4th quarter. The holding penalty was on Mike Erickson. Or no. Jake Anderson. Right? 1st and 14 at the 5. See what they do here. I think Dane Hendricks went in motion. Harris back to throw. In the end zone. Now fires. Dropped by Pilkington. It was Anderson, so it was Anderson. Jake. The right guard gets the penalty. So now 2nd down and 14 for Nebraska. Of course, later on. Oh yeah, tomorrow the final two games of the slate. Virginia, Florida State. At 4:33, Central as Corey Ross gets hit hard by the A&M defender for a loss. That time, that was Loretta Manning. So as I was saying, Virginia, Florida State, number 22 versus number 7. Tomorrow at 4:33 Central. 8-7 Central is the game of the week in the Big East. West Virginia, number 21, taking on number 4 and undefeated Virginia Tech. 3rd and long at the 3 for Nebraska. Can A&M force a safety? They're going to toss it to Horn. He is not going to go down for a safety, but Nebraska will punt. Tackle was made. That time by Joe Randall. And A&M forces a punt on Nebraska. So Mario Witherspoon is now back deep in his end zone to punt this one away. Minute already passed by in the 4th quarter, so A&M is going to have to hurry. There is the punt by Witherspoon. It's in enemy territory. Here goes Farmer inside the 40 at the 36-yard line. That is where A&M will start their next drive. And they got some good field position. Yeah, we're in the late 2nd round right now. Still 4 more picks to go in this round. Rams are on. Rams got their pick in, so Denver will make their selection. Play action to Farmer. Long looks. Completes it to Anthony Wright. He's inside the 30 and pushed out of bounds. So that does stop the clock. That definitely helps A&M. Not sure what he's upset about. The fact that he didn't get a first down on that catch. He did get a good gain of 7. Yeah, so 1,600 yards, 11 touchdowns to 6 picks on the season for Dustin Long. Now A&M back at the shotgun on 2nd down. Little rollout throw, not away. Not a good decision there by Dustin Long. Went for Anthony Wright. I think Barrett Rude was right there in coverage. So 3rd down for the Aggies. Nebraska's 3 of 7 on 3rd down. A&M is 2 of 7. 3rd down and 3. Back in the shotgun goes A&M. They're going to go option here. Long is going to go down. Brought down by Colbert. The nickelback Eric Colbert, the junior, makes the play. And it's going to be 4th down for the Aggies. What will they do here? Long's out on the field, so they're going to go for it. I mean, they really had no choice. I mean, they do have plenty of time, but a field goal really does them no good. 4th and 3 now. Long dropping back. He's going to loft it right side. Oh, it's incomplete. What a jump ball. Good coverage. And Nebraska holds on downs. That one for Terrence Thomas as we take a look at that play again. It looked like it was a good throw. One-on-one coverage. Great job by Phillip Bland to knock that one down. And defend Terrence Thomas very well to force that 4th down failed conversion. 28-yard line, Nebraska takes over on downs. And now, A&M's in real trouble. Chris Septak now in motion on 1st down. They're still throwing the ball. Harris, right side throw, complete. Pilkington has the 1st down. He's at midfield, past midfield, and in at territory. What a big catch and run for Ross Pilkington. 1st down, Huskers. When I said that A&M was in real trouble, I really meant that. Pilkington picked his right moment. And he sure did on that reception. Trips on the bottom right of the screen. Ace formation here. 1st down. Throws it short. It's David Horn down the sideline. Has the 1st down inside the 35. Oh, Nebraska really showing out. And A&M is in deep trouble. They can't get a stop defensively, and it's actually hurting them. Push it to bounds so it does stop the clock, but Nebraska's trying to get in field goal range to put this one away. Trips on the bottom of the screen. 1st down, Harris. Lots of time. Right side throw. Completes it. Pilkington. Shoved out of bounds. Both quarterbacks actually doing pretty good. 10 of 16 for 189 and touchdown for Zach Harris, the true freshman. What a good performance by Zach Harris in this ballgame. He hasn't done too much, but he has been surgical, and he has done his part in helping this offense when they needed a passing game. Of course, they got the running back committee, but they also needed to have a passing game to take the pressure off of it. That's where Zach Harris has been. Trips on the top of the screen on 1st down. Harris, lofter right side, knocked away. That was a dangerous pass. Sachacek was the intended target, but that was way underthrown. I'm sure Nebraska fans will be happy that Mike Stuntz is coming back, but they'll also miss what Zach Harris has done. Mike Stuntz got injured and they just never came back against Oklahoma State, but then they rattled off 5 straight wins with Zach Harris. You'll wonder if Nebraska will keep Harris going or they will start Mike Stuntz once he comes back. 3rd and 7 for Nebraska. They're definitely field goal range, or maybe it's the wind. David Horn trying to run, and he won't get there. Good stop by A&M. It's David Ross. The redshirt sophomore defensive end making the play, and it's 4th down for Nebraska. Aggies running out of time. They got to hope that Sandro DeAngelis does not make this kick, because if he does, they're screwed. 45-yard attempt with the strong wind and in the rain. This is to put it a 3-score game. Sandro DeAngelis' kick comes up way short. That was off by like 7 yards. 7, maybe 6. So Aggies now still in a 2-score game with 4 minutes to go. They still got plenty of time. 4:04 to go. They cannot make any mistakes from this point on. If they don't, they are screwed. Yep. 3-4 defense for Nebraska. Ace formation for A&M. Long on the option. Pitches it out to Farmer. Pretty good spin move. A nice job by Bland on the stop. Phillip Bland was a good stop on Derek Farmer, the senior running back. It's going to be second down after just a short gain of 2. It's at the 30-yard line, under 4 minutes to go. A&M's got to keep on going. I'm not sure what they're doing. They got to give themselves a chance to win this game, or at least tie it. Yeah, you got to hurry up. A&M and shotgun, they're wasting a lot of time. They got to go. Long to throw. Lofter left side. Oh, he's got a man. Perfect pass by Long. It's Terrence Murphy. First down, Aggies. Nice throw. Little low throw, but a good pass. Picking up a first down. It's at the 48-yard line. Ball's placed down. Clock starts. 3:25. Long deep shot. Throwing left side. He's got a man. Oh, overthrown. Went for Murphy again. A&M down 14. Trying to score to make it a 1-score game. Field goal does them no good from this point on. So they have to score here. 3:21 left with second down and 10. They got to get this conversion here. A&M the shotgun. Long. Short over the middle. Dropped. Dropped by Anthony Wright. And it's going to be third down. Not ideal. Denver traded the pick to Buffalo. At least they're picking in the third round. Anyways, 3rd and 10. They got to get it to two downs. Got to get this first down, otherwise it's over. 3:19 left to go. Long, little quick rollout. Lofter, left side. That's way overthrown, incomplete. So now it comes down to this 4th down. Terrence Murphy again, the 10 target. So here we go. This is it. This could really be the ball game here, especially with Nebraska's run offense. A&M must get a first down to stay alive. And 4th and 10, 3:15 to go. Must get the first down here. Long over the middle, complete but short. Baron Rue with the stop, and Nebraska holds on 4th and 10. Gain of 7, not enough for Thomas Carragher, and Nebraska more than likely is going to win this game. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Hendricks will go motion out of the eye. First down, Nebraska, 3:11 to go as they're just trying to run this clock out. Horn with the handoff up the middle. And he loses the football. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Nebraska hangs on to it. It was Dane Hendricks who recovered it. That was close. That could have kept A&M in this ball game. Not quite enough. And almost got that recovery on Horn. They don't fumble it too often. Almost gave it right back to A&M. I formation for Nebraska. 2nd and 9. Trips on the right side. Or no, 2 receivers on the right side. Or top left of the screen. Here's Horn on the run again. Breaking tackles. Tries to spin. Not quite there. Keelan Jackson right there to make the tackle. 14 carries for 67 yards for David Horn. And it's going to be 3rd down. Third down and 5 for Nebraska. Would be huge for A&M if they get a stop here. Now with the Maryland formation goes Nebraska. Ross and Horn are out there. It's an option. Harris, tackle from behind. It's Horn. Gets a spin move. Oh, breaks the tackle. Oh, yeah, I think he's short. He is. A&M calls timeout. I think he's short. 3 total touchdowns for Terrence Whitehead against Ohio, 45-3. And yes, Clemson loses to NC State 24-9. Oh my goodness, Nebraska was short. And A&M is going to get the ball back. They're going to get one last chance to salvage their perfect conference record. Punt goes, and it's fair caught at the 21 by Joe Randall. A&M has one shot, 79 yards, to go down the field and score. No turnovers yet. A&M almost forced one. 1:51 to go. Here on the 4th quarter. Can A&M keep their hopes alive? I formation. Long blitz picked up. Halftime throws it complete. Carriger makes the catch, but he's 9 yards. Got to 9. It's a yard short. They got to hurry up. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that was close. Fabian Washington nearly was out of bounds. That pass complete to Carriger again. 1st down Aggies. Now it's hurry up time. 42 receiving yards for Carriger. 1st down now for A&M. Long, looking right side, deep. It's 1-on-1 coverage, incomplete. McPherson with a nice defensive play. It's at the 36-yard line. Or no, 44-yard line for Texas A&M. That was an incomplete pass going for Terrence Thomas. Minute 28 left. Dustin Long, 14-26, 200 yards. Zach Harris, 10-17, 189 yards. 2 total touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 passing. 2nd and 10 for the Aggies. Both quarterbacks did pretty well in this one. Long. Looking over the middle. Oh, it's dropped! He had his man open. It was a good throw. Just dropped by Ryan White. Now it's 3rd down for Texas A&M. Nebraska 3 of 9, 2 of 9 for Texas A&M. Shotgun play. Long looking left side. Knocked away. Went for Ryan White again. Defended well by Nebraska that time. Looks like by Josh Bullocks. And now A&M's got one last chance. They got 1:22 left. If they don't score, if they don't get the 1st down here, it's over. 0-2 on 4th downs for A&M. They gotta get one here. 4th and 10. Game on the line. Anthony Wright in motion. This is it. This is the ball game right here. Trips on the right side. Long, looking, fires. I think he got it. Anthony Wright has the first down. He is injured. He does keep A&M alive. Mitch Hall has to come back in. A&M, yes, they do keep the drive alive, just barely. But they gotta hurry up. They gotta hurry up. They don't have much time. They only got over a minute left. Shotgun again. Long, looking up top, knocked down. Josh Bullocks with a nice bat down with 59 seconds to go. There's Oklahoma State. 36-16. Man, I wish Conrad Jackson did not get hurt against Temple. It would have been so much fun in Bedlam. I would have actually 100% watched the Oklahoma State game if Conrad Jackson was playing. But unfortunately, he's not. 2nd and 10 because of injury. Thomas Carrier in motion. 59 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Long has time. In trouble. Looking on the run. It's not. It's overthrown. Terrence Murphy, the intended target. 53 seconds left. Nebraska's starting to send pressure Long's way. Now 3rd and 10. This is really Texas A&M's last gasp. They need to get a touchdown. They need a touchdown on this possession, otherwise it's over. Anthony Wright is out for the rest of the game with a straight back. Shotgun. Long. Looking left side. It's Schwartz. Ryan White again. Can you stop going Ryan White's way because he cannot catch to save his life. Here we go. Once again, but game of the line. Terrell Butler on coverage on the backup tight end Ryan White. 4th and 10. This could be the last play of the game for A&M. Last chance for the Aggies. In shotgun. Long. Looking left side. He's got an open man, but he dropped it. He would have had the first down, but Terrence Murphy drops the ball. Nebraska is going to hang on. With 48 seconds left. A&M with only 2 timeouts. The Huskers are going to win their 6th straight game. And they are going to stay alive in the Big 12 North. I think every Big 12 North team has lost, so I think Nebraska might be number 1 in the North after this game. David Horn, or no, that was Dane Hendricks who got the run for a yard. Timeout called by A&M, but I think it's too little too late. Nebraska's going to hang on, and they are going to win this one over Texas A&M. Congratulations to the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Harry goes in motion out of the I formation. Here's Horn again, trying to get something going on the run. Gets 2. Oh. Nope, A&M's now out of timeouts. .41 seconds left, 14-point game. Yep, it's over. Third and 7 of the I formation for Nebraska. Letting the clock bleed out. Now Horn gets the carry from the right side. Cuts back inside. Oh, he's going to get the first down and more. David Horn, can he outrun everybody? Not quite. But a big run gives him 100 yards on the game. And Nebraska can run out the rest of this clock and hang on for their 6th straight win of the season. And Nebraska's going to go in conference play to 2-1. They will more than likely pass Colorado. 1-0 down away from ending this one. What a performance by the Huskers, not only offensively with their quarterback, their true freshman quarterback, but also their defense. Not allowing a single touchdown against the Aggies is not easy, but Nebraska just did. Just that. Congratulations to the Cornhuskers for a big win here tonight. (17-3) the final score. Nebraska goes to 7-1, 2-1 in conference play. A&M suffers their first conference defeat of the season. What a performance by that Husker offense. Their rushing game was really good, but the passing game, more impressive than people think. 10 of 17, 189 yards, a touchdown pass, and also a touchdown on the ground. Had 204 total yards in this ballgame. What a game for Zach Harris. He's going to get player of the game for his 2 touchdown performance, the only 2 touchdowns for Nebraska. 17-3 the final. Oh yeah, I got to look at this in long stats. 15-33, 211. No touchdowns, no picks. Had a strong showing out there, but yeah, the run game wasn't as good, but yeah, just not enough big plays. And the defense couldn't stop a fly if it needed to be. So congratulations to the Nebraska Cornhuskers. They remain in the top 15 with this victory. And of course, tomorrow's games are the final 2 of the slate. Virginia, Florida State, 4:33 Central, and 8/7 Central is West Virginia, Virginia Tech. Until then, I'll see you guys later.